Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Axis Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Welcome back. Yes, sir, we're here. Welcome to New World Overviews. To the left of me, I got Big Vern.
Yes, indeed.
Always and forever. We got the one and only Big Al on the boards.
Yes, man. Always appreciate that.
Yes, and I am PODMAN, man. So how you been, man? Talk to me, man.
Been good, man. Just seeing what's going on in the world and stuff.
I was about to say that, man, but
stuff going on.
absolutely, but life itself is treating you well. You staying balanced. You
man, I can't
focusing on your chi.
That's it, man. I'm
Yeah.
in well, good health.
So yeah,
Well, that's,
absolutely. Let's talk about this troublesome world, though, man. You know, everything that's going on in this day and age, is the news and stuff like that. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really, this Palestine and Israel situation is really interesting.
Talk to me.
Since Saturday, the amount of spotlight that's been put on it. And pretty much, I just, I find it very weird how, I'm not disputing that an attack happened.
Yeah.
But there's no way I can just, comprehend how Israel didn't know. They have one of the most advanced intelligence agencies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mossad, is equivalent to the CIA.
Gotcha.
Or like MI6, for Great Britain.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the top agencies in the world, intelligence agencies in the world. I don't understand how they didn't know or didn't see it coming with all this advanced technology that we got, with drones and satellites and they didn't see them approaching. That doesn't make any sense. So that, to start the story off with that, then makes me then question the authenticity of the rest of the narrative, because, you already starting it off on something I know is not true. You're not going to sit here and tell me Israel didn't know.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me.
So you believe that this is a ploy for something deeper? Not a ploy, but you believe that they're at odds, which they've been at odds for numerous years and stuff like that.
Let's not forget too, at the end of the year, not the end of the year, beginning of the year. Beginning of this year. Biden left hundreds of millions of artillery out there in the Middle East. Remember when they left Afghanistan earlier this year? He was criticized for that because he left such a heavy artillery over there.
Okay.
I found that to be extremely weird.
Okay. So basically, you believe he empowered them to whatever you want to do it, or whatever have you.
It looks like something's trying to be initiated. I don't know if they're trying to make Russia, if they're trying to make Russia want to come into the war, because I know Russia has some affiliations with some of the countries in the Middle East, like Iran and stuff like that. So maybe they're trying to want Russia to react so they can initiate. But it looks like something's trying to be initiated.
Right.
But
I mean, you naturally have an issue with war, period. Correct? I mean, not so much me, because I know.
Well, it's not that I have an issue with war. I understand war when it's necessary. But, if it's necessary to to protect women and children and communities and and things of that nature, that's different. But initiating war for profit and greed and imperialism and conquest,
No, that does not make sense. That's no.
Most of the time, that's the basis.
Of course it is, but that's a mindset.
But a byproduct of that is protection of the women and children.
No, that's not.
No, yes. Once you go to war, you have to protect the women and the children.
No, but I'm talking about the mindset behind going into war. What you're going
Power.
into for. Yeah, but it's not. That's not the mindset of everybody. Like I said, if somebody's fighting to protect what's theirs because it's somebody's trying to invade on them, that's different.
Of course, that's
not what I'm talking about.
That's the one that's reacting as opposed to the one that's acting.
Yes, but even one that's but even the one that's acting, what are you acting on?
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
that's what I'm saying. To go in to enslave, kill, and pillage, that kind of mindset going into war,
power.
That's different. No, that's not about power, bro. That's not really about power. That's a mindset. That's psychopathic, dog. Forget about the power aspect. You don't have to be
Psychopathic can still
power.
be within a power dynamic.
I'm not disputing that, but I'm just talking about the mindset for a minute. I'm not even talking about the social status or nothing like that. I'm just talking about the mindset behind it. It's not necessary. It doesn't make sense. That kind of reasoning is illogical. That's what I'm saying.
So,
that goes against human nature.
So
that's not harmonious. It doesn't operate within balance.
So let me ask you this. Anyone that joins the military, they might have some sort of psychopathic nature because the training that you're going to endure within that self is different from a regular.
Okay, but that's not
nature.
psychopathic. That's not psychopathic.
So what I'm saying is that even a part of human nature, you want power. It's a power dynamic. Now, like you said, of course, it's going to be different levels, and we're not going to harp on this too much because we talked about it before. But what I'm saying is all of these, a lot of these nations, most of the time, numerous occurrences and conflicts that occur and usually arise is because, like you said, maybe resources, you got resources, maybe you're being stingy with it, and I want it. And so like that. We see it on small scales all the time. In the Wild Wild West, if someone's got bread or whatever and I need, I'm going after it. Like you said, now the ends justifying the means makes a disparity between the reasoning. You understand what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. Like you said, we don't have all of the full information as to why this just came about. Once again, there was an uprising or an upheaval of this situation once again. But, usually power, resources, something of that nature, like you said, money is usually at the root of it. So,
no, well, this is really beyond money though. It's not really about money at this point. They have all the money in the world. They own
what is
all
it?
the
Religion?
banks.
What would it be?
This is just what this is. If you notice, what everything's becoming digitalized. The whole global market is like on the verge of collapse, and war would just exacerbate that and make it 10 times worse. So, everything is becoming digitalized. Everything's becoming centralized.
Okay.
So, the direction war would be a perfect place to take the country right now, especially for those that control banks and things of that nature. Because you got to remember, every time the U.S. goes to war, they borrow. If the military has to be funded and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So this is why war is always a profit for bankers and things of that nature. But it also cripples the economy, especially at this time right now. In this day and age right now, going to war of this magnitude, this is nuclear level right now. If Russia and all these other countries get involved, this is on a whole nother spectrum. So this is why I'm saying financially it would be crippling.
But not to the higher ups.
No, it would be more
more profitable for them.
It'd be profitable for them, but what it would also do, it would allow them to pretty much initiate totalitarianism and just implement a one world government. Because now the Constitution will then be suspended. You can forget that. That happens, our Constitution is thrown out the window completely. Because now you can implement something completely different because we're going through and have experienced something completely different. And that's exactly what they would want. So this is why it's important to pay attention and look at things. It does not make sense, like I said, from the very beginning to say Israel did not know. Okay. Nobody's disputing an attack happened, but you cannot tell me Israel did not know. They are one of the top intelligence agencies in the world. In the world. With the kind of technology we got? Are you kidding me? That's what I'm saying. So to start the story on that right there, I'm like, all right, now everything that y'all come with after, I'm questioning. It sounds nonsense because you're already starting it on some nonsense. So at least let's agree there. Let's have a foundation where we can agree there and then build from there.
So from the U.S. standpoint, do you think it would be wise for us to either just say, hey, listen, we done left our artillery wherever we left it, y'all handle things, or we going out there to support y'all in any possible way necessary in order to pledge our allegiance to you guys?
Of course, but you gotta remember, of course, the United States is going back Israel. The United States got the most Jewish holidays. Is the only country that has the most Jewish holidays outside of Israel. Mm-hmm. Is America. Mm-hmm. So of course, America is gonna support and back Israel. Mm. Of course they are. Yeah. Of course they are.
I got caught up in that.
You can't touch Israel without messing with America and Great Britain. Gotcha. That's it.
Gotcha.
They're part of what is that? NATO.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't touch Israel and America. And but see, this is the thing, though. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm not looking at it now from the perspective as this was an honest attack and Israel didn't know, and now the world is coming together to support them. No, I'm not. I'm looking based off how they started it with the Israel. No, I'm looking at it like Israel did know something's. They're trying to initiate and start something. It's looking like this was staged. To initiate something, so it will justify Israel or U.S. or Great Britain to do what they want to implement. They have to have a reason. They got to give you a reason.
Absolutely.
To do what they do. That's how I'm looking at it now because of how they started the story. Because it does not make sense to tell me Israel don't know with that kind of advanced technology and the military intelligence that they have.
So this was a strategic heist in your.
Now I'm not disputing though that's set up in Gaza with the Hamas. I'm not saying that they're not wrong and corrupt. I'm not saying that there hasn't been some innocent Israeli children that have died, but I can also say that there's been a lot of Palestinian children that have died as well. Yeah. And over the years, there's been a lot more Palestinian children that have died, and it has not been talked about.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nobody disputing when Israeli children die. I don't like when no children should be dying at all.
Right.
But we can't play favoritism and put the spotlight on one and not the other. When we really look at the other, it's a lot more.
No. You just said it. You're gonna put the spotlight on who you pledge allegiance to because in specific countries and nations that you're supporting. In the other countries and nations possibly that are supporting the Palestinians, if any, they're going to spotlight themselves to be the victims more so, and they need the outcry to reach those people, and they need that support from them. You understand? So that's always going to be the case. It's a strategic effect. It's a psychological probing that you're doing when you're doing that. You're trying to appeal to those that can give you support and understand. Hey, look. They just came out of nowhere. They're bullying us. You understand what I'm saying? So I get it, man. I understand that. You know.
All right, bro. Hopefully, rightfully so. Though that land does belong. It is Palestine. It does belong to the Palestinians. You know.
Right. Listen.
Rightfully so. Like they have Bibles that was like from like 1903, 1905, and if you look on the back. The holy city is Palestine. There's no Israel on there. Okay. It says Palestine on it. There's old Bibles like that. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't. So Israel, I think, was first put in 1917, but it was officially implemented, I think, in 1947. Gotcha. But if you look at how many Palestinians that have died, In comparison to Israelis, from 1947 to now, it's not even comparable. That's what I'm saying.
I got
So
you.
nobody's dismissing that there's been death on both sides, but one outweighs the other tremendously.
Got you. So, also, I know you had some updates, though, on this migrant situation that's going on out here.
Yeah, this thing is crazy, yeah.
It's getting, like you said, it's getting vicious out here. I mean,
yeah.
So, listen, let me ask you a question. They come to you, your family, and say, hey, listen, we're willing to give you X amount of money to take in some migrants. What you doing?
Bro. You don't even know who you taking in. At least, you know, if you have a property and you have people come living in, you can screen them, sit down, talk to them the normal way and go the organic way. Hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. Get to meet the person. Now you just taking in somebody random. You don't know who you taking in. You could be taking in a cold-blooded murderer, a child killer. You don't know. They talked about that down at the border, how many child rapists and murderers are crossing the border that they're catching down there. Because now at the border, we have an open border, so you can just walk right in. We the only first world nation on earth that you can just walk right into. We the only one. So, no, I wouldn't do that. No, especially if I have children. Hell no. I wouldn't do that. No, if I got women in my, if you a single guy and you want to take that risk and make a profit off of it, that's on you. But if you got women and children in your house, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. That's just me personally. I'm not doing that. No.
Do you ever truly know someone?
I'm just going by the proper. Of course, no, you never really truly know someone, but I'm just going. I'm going more with probability than possibility. Is it possible that anybody could do that? Of course. Like you said, you can't truly know someone, but the probability of it, the probability is going to be higher with me taking a chance with some random person from another that I don't know than when I can actually, than somebody that I done talked to for a little bit, got to sit them down, we looked over some paperwork, talked about, that's what I'm saying, the probability of it. So, in that regard, I'm not doing it.
So short term and long term fix in regards to this migrant situation. In the short term, what is something that you could do to help alleviate the main issue at this moment, and then long term to make sure that this doesn't.
Right now, they got to close the border down and start. You know what's so interesting? I was just I'm gonna pull it up right now. I was just reading that how the Biden administration has switched up their stance on the wall. They want to extend. They want to extend the wall. They want to switch. White House speeds up additions to Trump border war years after Biden vowed not to. This is from October 5th on CNBC. And now they're changing up their stance, and they want to add more to the. Remember when Trump was talking about build a wall and all that?
Yeah.
How the Biden was he's insane. This is crazy. We can't do this. No. The Biden administration said it would be waiving federal laws, including the Clean Air Act, the Safe Drinking Water Act, and the Endangered Species Act, to expedite construction of the southern border wall. The construction, which was announced in late June, is a major pivotal policy pivot for the Biden administration. So he already actually had started implementing the wall being worked on before he even opened the floodgates like this to this degree and started letting the migrants in, which is interesting because it's like a contradiction. Like you said you building a wall, but still letting them come in at a high influx. I don't get it. Doesn't
according
make it.
to how you're viewing it or how you're stating it, it seemed like he kind of wanted to make Trump seem like a bad guy type of thing. All right, and now we're gonna flood the migrants in, and then we're gonna put the wall up now, and I guess for his sake, make it look appeasing or something like that. Once the outcry became what it became, because that's vicious. Like you said, I think we were receiving over 1,000 or 10,000 a month or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been so far. The mayor said it's been 122,000 this year
for the year. Yeah,
and
so it might hit around 200.
And
200 for this year.
Yeah, and he's saying it's gonna increase, then they can't accommodate it. And that's why he wanted to put a hold on the Shelter Law Act that was passed in like 1981, where there can be, I guess, regarding pertaining to homeless people, and I guess they can, certain amount can be on the street, but in today's day and age, they're everywhere, which I found very interesting because he's getting ridiculed and getting a lot of criticism over wanting to suspend that law, because now homeless advocates are saying homeless people are now going to, homelessness is going to get worse under that, because now by that law being suspended, you don't have to shelter everybody anymore. But I find that to be kind of ridiculous, because you're not paying attention to homeless people anyway. You're focusing on the migrants.
Well, I told
So the homeless people that's already out here, New York citizens that's homeless, they're already being ignored. You ain't paying attention to them. So why are you mentioning them now? Because he wants to suspend the law, because we can no longer accommodate the migrants that's in the influx of them coming into the city. Now we homeless advocates want to talk about homeless people? Where were you before? All the attention was on migrants.
I get it.
Nobody's saying that migrants people don't deserve attention, but at the expense of New York citizens. Well,
right.
New York, not New York citizens, New Yorkers,
right.
People that's been. This really applies to the whole country, not even New York.
Right.
They're doing this all over the country.
But you gatekeeping when people are making arguments, like you like, oh, now you want to speak up and stuff like that.
Because it don't make sense. Where y'all at? Because now the homeless advocates wanna come up and be like, oh, he's wrong for wanting to suspend that law because homelessness is gonna get worse. Homelessness been worse.
Yeah.
And before these migrants came here, it was horrible. Where were y'all at? Where were y'all at? That's what I'm saying.
Right. And I want to take a minute out. Thank you, Papa Vern. We appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for checking in.
Appreciate the love. Thank you.
You know what I mean? So I agree, man. Listen, there's never really a right or wrong in this situation. From our standpoint, we're gonna try to stand 10 toes down with our homelessness situation over migrants. You understand what I'm saying? So
see, I don't want to. What I'm saying is, if anybody's dealing with homelessness, they should be looked after and accommodated for. I'm not trying to say there should be preferential treatment.
What do you mean?
Everything should be distributed equally. But what I'm saying is, that's not how it's happening.
No disrespect. I'll say there should be preferential treatment. If the homeless people are here and they needed to be tended to, and somehow you're finding resources for people that are coming in from different places, that means that you found a way to take care of them, and you didn't find a way to take care of them.
This
like
is
I said, I know why.
We should be doing that. We should have been doing that before the migrants even got over here. The homelessness should have been addressed. If it was such a major issue and concern for people, I'm just saying that when I just seen that homeless advocates came up and was so against what the mayor has said in regards to suspending that law, I was like, what? Are y'all kidding me? Do y'all not see what's happening? He said something about it's going to cost the city like $12 billion within another year or two to accommodate based off the rate that they're coming in.
But where they getting this $12 billion?
Exactly.
Taxpaying money.
No, they won't even have enough because they're not even getting any funding or support. He was asking for more support from the Biden administration. Like, well, what are you doing? How are you just how you just flooding us with all these people through the border, but we're not being assisted with anything? And this was a cry of a lot of different states.
It's due for self at this moment.
Alabama deployed their own, I think, little National Guard.
Like
towards
you can't get in.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
I got you. All right, man.
It's crazy, man.
Well, hopefully they'll figure some of that out, man. But let's get into some of these trending topics, man.
Come on, talk to me, man.
Yeah, man. Have you heard about the ongoing saga between Will and Jada? Now supposedly,
why?
Now supposedly, they've been separated for about 7 years now. Right. I mean, this doesn't shock anybody. I would hope not. Anybody that's unless you've been living under a rock, I wouldn't be surprised.
Peace, Tyrone.
Peace, Ty.
Peace,
we
brother.
appreciate you. That's gatekeeper right there, man. Always rocking out. No, not them. Listen, Ty. Listen, we all humans. Listen, we've discussed this. This is why I'm a firm believer in marriage in the United States. I'm not the biggest fan of. You know what I mean? But
I'm a fan of marriage, just not in the U.S.
Or like they say, I think shout out to Donovan Shark when he was recently on Fresh and Fit. He said that he and his lady they're gonna do the ceremony, but they're not doing the official paperwork.
Oh, that's
like
good.
That.
Beautiful.
I'm a big fan of that, man.
Yeah.
You know,
because that's what really marriage was about before it was institutionalized and used.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
So,
yeah, man.
It was just a union between two folks.
Yeah, nah. Supposedly she said that she was surprised that she was still being called that and all of that stuff. But I don't see why. Maybe there's a bigger play. I just don't see why they just don't finalize the divorce and they go their separate ways. No disrespect. Will Smith needs to rid himself of all of that mental and emotional anguish he probably has possibly suffered from this ongoing torment.
Yo, I just don't
man.
understand why she continues with the assault. Like, certain things should just be kept private. Just divorce and put your book out. But you don't need to just keep when she said he went up, when I saw him go up and slap dude and come back down and said, keep my wife's name out your mouth. And she said, I didn't know we were still calling each other husband and wife. I was just like, why even say that?
The marriage or the media
he
when
went
it
up
comes to
there.
the story. Thank you, Ty. Sorry for the interruption. It is the media, and that's
but my thing is, why even say that? He went up there defending your honor, and now you're making him look like a fool. If that's how you felt, keep that private. That doesn't need to be shared with the world.
Here's why. For me, I'm under the belief that when you're in Hollywood, sometimes you have to do things like you said. You have to have this type of stuff play out. Like there has to be some sort of story. It's like that because, like you said, for some odd reason, I can't fathom why they would. The children are grown now. I believe Willa is 21 or 22, and Jaden is 25.
Oh no, yeah.
And Jaden is 25, I believe. Mm-hmm. Trey is quite a few years older, because he was the first one.
Yeah.
But so what I'm saying is, there's got to be something more to the story. But I'm not surprised that they were separated, but. I don't know if this is the stuff that keeps.
Why was you just when she just said that part? I was
intrigued by them being, stars. Although Will always is gonna make movies whenever he feels comfortable to step out, but just to keep yourself, I guess, bad publicity is still.
But I don't know. It's like she just enjoys emasculating him.
She is who.
I don't. It's just. It's crazy.
I don't know how. I don't know their dynamics.
He's never publicly done that.
Because if he did, could you imagine
I'm just
the backlash?
saying, my God, like, bro. And she's doing this publicly. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, just things like
different types of mentalities. At least
That's crazy.
When the word came out with Iman and Tiana said, "Hey, listen, that's my best friend. Mind your business." You know what I mean? But it's different dynamics. If he's been able to endure that for this long, I'm assuming that I'm not gonna say he's okay with it, but there's something that goes along with it because I don't know what it is that he's deciding to stay there because that's a strong, powerful man. No, I will say that. Regardless of whether you call it being emasculated or something, to be able to deal with that for the amount of time that he's been with her, obviously the love is strong. I'm assuming, and hopefully there will be some light at the end of that tunnel, and maybe there's light right now. But I wasn't surprised that she said that they were separated. So
No, see, I'll be honest, it wasn't that really moved me. I figured that, yeah. It was just like I said what I stated earlier when I said that part when she just used that as when she talked about it. I was like, things like that is like, why? To go up there and say when he said keep my wife's name out your mouth, and this I was shocked when he called me wife. We haven't called each other wife and husband in years. I was shocked. I was like, why? For what? Why even say that? He was defending you. So you just like she's like just going out her way, to just humiliate him.
I guess to hear the word. I guess
that's what I'm saying. Like just going out of her way. Yeah, directly just to humiliate the man.
Listen, man.
It's just nuts. That's just I don't know what kind of humiliation ritual your boy Will Smith is being subjected to right now. This is something crazy. This is some serious deep. That's the only way I could put it. It's like some real insane humiliation ritual, because I've never seen nothing like this. This is crazy.
True indeed. Since we've been going, though, bro, a few moves have been made in the basketball front. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Damian Lillard, I had said this years ago, that he and Giannis needed each other. That day has come. How you liking this basketball trajectory right now? Boston Celtics made some moves. It's going to look real good. We got Big Rich in the house, this Los Angeles Clipper fan over here. He, you know what I mean? He got Kawhi back, stuff like that. How you liking the landscape so far?
You heard. Listen, my favorite player was Giannis. So, yeah, he got Dame. I don't see nobody beating him. With them guys' two mindsets, because now you got and they'll complement each other. Because Dame play from the 3-point line, Giannis play from inside. So it's not like they'll clash, and they both got the same kind of mindset. They both killers. When it's time to go, they go.
They have to know. They have to know when and what time, who's gonna have the ball in their hands, who's gonna go. It's still Giannis's team. So
I think it'll work because of their style. Like I said, because Dame plays from the outside, Giannis play inside.
Absolutely.
So him attacking defense, Dame is always there to kick it out to. And if Dame is pulling up and he needs to feed Giannis, I think their games is going based off how they play. I think it'll complement each other.
Now, what about their weaknesses?
They definitely lost defense with Holiday. They lost defense with Drew Holiday.
And I don't know what the depth dynamic is like. The bench, just like the same issue with Boston. I don't know too much about what their benches are going to look like. I like the moves.
Yeah, I just found out that Holiday was on Boston. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was a huge pickup. They gave up Robert Williams. He's a huge loss. Yeah. Uh-oh. Papa Vern said, "Watch out for the Bucks." I like this move, man.
I like the Bucks.
I like the move. Listen, man. But the Celtics, dangerous, man. The Celtics are dangerous. I think both those teams have the best starting fives in the Eastern Conference, possibly the league. Mm-hmm. The depth is the main issue. You know what I mean? I think the Knicks need to tweak up. They need to make a few tweaks in their lineup and in as far as their roster. Personally, I done been said it. No disrespect to these two players. Need to get rid of Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett. You know what I mean? Possibly a trade or whatever. But they have a good core. They have good depth. So they look fairly good. But the Bucks and the Celtics are the ones that's gonna be the front runners in the East. Mm-hmm. Denver staying strong in the West. The Clippers are see here this guy go here. The Clippers are a possibility. Kawhi, Game 5, I don't know what's going to happen by Game 5. He might have an injury.
See, I'm going to be honest. I love Kawhi, but I can't. He's not even remotely somebody that I could really focus on long term. Like, I would love to see him play for a whole season, but I can't, based off his track record, I can't even, I doubt it. So that's why I don't even really focus on him. But when he's on the court playing,
Yes.
Kawhi's is arguably the best in the league. Not even a question.
So where would you put the Clippers in a running chance for the season?
I don't see them going anywhere. I don't see them going anywhere because he don't stay healthy. He don't stay healthy. He don't stay healthy.
Yo, listen, man.
He don't stay healthy. When's the last time he played? That's what they say every time, bro. They say that every year with him.
Preseason game I saw, but he's a great player.
He's a great player. When he plays,
he's not on the court enough.
He's not on the court enough.
He's not on the court
Come
enough.
on.
I like
Milwaukee. Like I said, I'm a Giannis.
So he doesn't really have it. You know what,
No.
OG? You right.
I don't got a team. I don't have. I don't have a team. I don't have a team.
He has the player that I'm rocking with.
Yeah.
All right, so we can't even give him no credit. At least we know you, Clippers all day. Me, Sacramento Kings. You know what I'm saying? We got some work to do. The way we looking in the preseason, we gotta figure it out. We putting the pieces together. But what I'm saying is that I really like this. Dame needed a change of scenery. I mean, he kind of flexed on him after the trade. He made his diss record, but. Listen, it was time for both parties to exit from each other and make that move. I heard he was really tight that he didn't go to Miami.
Yeah.
Was it? But did you hear a certain situation with his wife or whatever? Was it that she wanted to go to Miami or whatever for the business or whatever?
I don't know.
And then he got tight that they didn't bring him back to Portland once the Miami deal didn't go through or something like that.
I don't know. There's a lot happening because I think read something that somebody was filing for divorce.
Yeah. Huh?
Somebody was filing for divorce.
I think I don't know if his wife. Celtics can finish in the playoffs. Man, it sucks to be. Oh, Bulls fan. Hey, listen, Ty. All respect to you. I have a cousin who's a huge Bulls fan, loyal since Mike in the days. What I will tell you is, y'all biggest issue, y'all Achilles heel, and nobody really gives him enough credit, is that loss of Lonzo Ball. Everywhere Lonzo goes, he makes teams better. Y'all have not been the same since losing Lonzo, and then y'all probably won't have him for another year. Hopefully he can bounce back next year and he can actually stay on the court long enough. Because when he's on the court, he is one of the most impactful players in the league. So right now, I mean, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, pretty good players, but you need an impactful player like Lonzo. Lonzo sets up the whole dynamic. He makes everything flow. So it sucks for y'all right now, but hopefully y'all figure something out, man. Because the whole chemistry, everything was flowing when Lonzo was there, along with Caruso coming off the bench. Everything was just excitement. Everything was just flowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm a bit. I like Dame and I like Giannis. So I want to see what this year has. This is going to look real good. This is going to look real good.
Giannis already he's already got a chip, proved that, done it. Dame got something to prove. So
yes, sir,
them together, I think their games are going to complement each other, and I think they're going to be hard to stop.
Okay.
I think they're going to be like a little. Maybe I may be thinking too much, but I'm like, they might be like a smaller version, a miniature version of a Shaq and Kobe.
Record prediction for them this year. Record prediction for the regular season.
For the Bucks?
Yeah.
I'd definitely say at least 50 wins.
Oh.
Let's say 55.
Yeah, I was about to say, you ain't said I can't finish in the playoffs when it comes to exactly. The Celtics, they missing something. To me, what the Celtics need a Rajon Rondo again, a CP3, a Alonzo. They need a pure point guard that can have the ball out of Brown and Tatum's hands, and they can give it to them and control and control and set them up perfectly to where they're not doing too much with the ball, where it's possible turnovers at the wrong time, like how Jaylen Brown suffered from that last year in the playoffs. You need somebody that's going to direct everybody and just put. Drew Holiday is a great point guard, defensive and stuff like that, but he's not the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? The facilitator, the complete playmaker.
Excuse me. Yeah.
But this is going to be a great season. I see
what about the Warriors?
I see the Bucks at about 57 wins. I won't necessarily say 60.
60. That's
you got to worry about
yeah.
chemistry,
Yeah.
and you don't want to run too much. You don't want to hit the ground too much, running crazy. You know what I'm saying? If no one gets hurt, yeah. But with the Bucks, you just want to ease in. You want to be the little engine that could. You don't need to go out there and try to go 60, 65 wins. You just want to stay the course. Make sure that you have you have no injuries. You just. Because that's what it's all about. That's how you win.
But you know what I just realized, too, though? Because I was thinking, I'm over here sitting, if Giannis is playing, him getting double-teamed and kicking it out.
Got Middleton. And you got
Middleton,
Dame.
you got Dame. But Dame, from what I see, he's more of a pull-up shooter than a catch and shooter. Like, he creates his own shots more than he catches and shoots.
Right.
Well, how he
but
play.
Because that was the setup in Portland, but he can catch and shoot. That's not an issue. Is he better percentage wise? Probably.
I know because
he's more of a breakdown scorer. His own shot. But I believe he'll be just fine.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it. So
I don't see nobody.
The Celtics, I see them around. With Drew Holiday, I see them around 53, 55 wins, unless something goes, completely like something unforeseen really occurs. You know what I mean? Let's do everybody's teams here. So the Clippers, even at health, like they're extremely healthy. The most I give them 50 wins, if they're fortunate. I'd say 45 is their baseline. I say 50 is pretty much their ceiling. And, Flagrant?
Lakers.
Oh, Lakers? Another injury prone team.
Injury prone, but at least I can't even believe I'm saying
LeBron
this.
there, I could get you could get 47, 48 easy. If everything is cooking, I'd give them 40, 45, 46. I don't know.
You think so? He said play inside out, shoot threes.
Celtics need a modern day big man. Not too many modern day big men.
Yeah, not too many big men there. That's why.
Right. Who do? Oh yeah, they got Porzingis. He's gonna be more on the outside and stuff like that.
He's a big man, but he's playing like a daggone point guard.
Lakers 40, 47. I'll give them right around that mark. My Kings, I think will go to about 40, 43, 44. I think for some odd reason, I think we'll slip a little bit. Hopefully, we'll no less than 40. We should do. I'd say 43. Denver, I think they'll be at right around what they had. I think they'll be at 55, 57. If they really go up, they could do 60 easy because they still got the same team. So I think they will probably have the most. Celtics, yeah, but the only modern day big men you really gonna have are Embiid and Jokic. So that's what the Celtics need, but that's what Miami needs the most. Because Bam is not a legit 5. You understand? You should move him to the 4.
Saying Clippers won't be close. King and Paul haven't worked. Yeah, they haven't.
Because like I said, what they're missing too, they're missing a type of Rajon Rondo. They need somebody that can control it. Clippers most disappointing
because he don't stay healthy.
How you feel about that?
That's my pops.
Yeah. Yo, man, I understand, man. Your loyalty is something else, man.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Big Rich, I understand.
Oh, yeah, the Warriors. What about the Warriors?
Listen,
Because
Todd,
everybody, I think they're
you
going
and
to take a
you
certain way.
and I-
Nobody talking
you
about
and
it.
I are in agreement. I've been saying that year that they actually won the chip,
Yeah.
that was great fortune because I think the injuries that happened in the Western Conference, and I knew that they were going to get the Celtics out of there because they had the chemistry, they had the team, they done already played together. I thought that was good fortune. I don't think the Warriors won't be the same. They'll make playoffs, but they won't. I don't see them vying for a chip like until after like years down
For
the line,
real?
Curry and them are gone. To actually win the chip,
Yeah.
I don't see it unless they get a big pickup. I don't see it. They need another. They would need.
Because Curry and them still, he can still, he's still
No, he
at
can
his
still
peak.
play,
Yeah,
but the game is right now. If for them to beat Denver, do you know what that would take? For them to even beat LA healthy, that's vicious. That's a lot. That's not going to come easily. They're dynamic. Draymond Green, I think they might move him to the bench. They don't have that same exact dynamic. People forget when they were winning, it was more than just the three of them. Sean Livingston, huge piece.
Livingston, yeah.
Andre Iguodala,
Iguodala, yeah.
huge piece. Andre not there anymore. I think he retired.
He
this year.
retired, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Huge piece. Their depth isn't what they once was. If Wiseman probably would have been the person that they were looking for him to be, I believe that they would have been able to always be in contention and stuff like that. Because then you have somebody like that to go up against Embiid and make Embiid. I mean, to go up against Jokic and make him work and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Nurkic is probably the best big man, next best big man, legitimately in the West. Well, not actually. Davis would be, but he doesn't like playing the five. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for this season, man, and I can't wait, man.
Talk a little boxing, man. You see his fight about to come up. Ngannou and Fury.
Oh yeah. When is that?
The 28th.
Okay, the 28th. But you also heard about supposedly they're trying to set up the rematch between Bud and Spence, but supposedly they don't know which exactly. Bam is a big small forward. They don't know what weight class supposedly they're gonna do it at. But what do you say? Ngannou or it's hard. No, Todd. Harden is definitely not worth it. No disrespect.
No, he's not.
He supposedly, Big Rich was telling me that that the Clippers are trying to go get Harden.
Harden done. It's not that Harden's
he's not
done.
done, but-
Harden just he likes the lifestyle. It looks like now
indeed,
he didn't
Todd.
made the
True
bread and he's more engulfed and immersed into
he
the
likes
party
women.
lifestyle.
Yeah, he likes
no, he
women.
just likes partying. Like he just like
Listen, man. The point is
But don't let it affect your job though.
Oh no,
You know
Jimmy
what I'm
Butler's
saying?
still strong. Jimmy Butler gonna play. He gonna play.
Nah, on there, but that was some weird stuff he did too.
Oh,
though.
shut it up. You know, he probably trolling, playing around. Listen,
I know, but
what up, Big
that was
Al?
weird, though, bro.
I mean, I said Big Al. What up, Big Rich? Please forgive me, man. I was about to. Yes, all right. So listen, because now that Big Rich is here, we're going to chime in on it. He said, all right, you're in your second year of the league, you're on your rookie contract, but obviously you've shown something. They're going to re-up with an extra $10 million in your contract, or somehow you guaranteed the chip. What you taking?
Second year in the league.
Yes, sir. This is a no-brainer. I already
10
know what you're about
million.
to say. Huh? Yeah.
10
$10 million or the chip, guaranteed. You're on your rookie contract.
Rookie contract, or if you're a rookie, you're gonna take the 10 mil.
Thank you. So you're gonna take the 10 million.
If I'm a rookie, yeah.
Exactly. You don't
That's
know.
money. I'm seeing 10 I'm seeing 10 million.
Exactly.
In my second year in the league, like it's different if I'm a veteran and I'm in the league.
Exactly.
That's different. I'm going to take the championship.
Exactly.
But you giving me I'm seeing 10 million in my second year in the league? I'm still on the rookie salary.
Thank you.
What's that? 300,000?
Exactly. No.
3, 4. What's a rookie?
no,
What's a
no.
rookie
All
salary
depends-
in the NBA?
It all depends.
It's not
on-
over $1 million though.
No, of course. It depends on where you're drafted at. Let's say you're the 6th, 7th pick. You're probably gonna make certain ones. They can make They can make 10 million a season. It all depends on what's in.
Oh no, those are like the
top
number
picks.
1 picks. Yeah.
All dependent. But either way,
that's
even
it.
if, like I was just trying to explain to him,
I'm taking the 10. I'm
Exactly.
taking the 10 mil in a second season.
you don't know when your
Second
next
year.
meal ticket is
Second
coming.
season,
You
10
know
mil?
what he had the nerve to say? Can you guess what he said? He said he taking the chip.
Nah, not in the second
That's
season.
why I tried to tell. I said, of course you want to get the chip.
What is the NBA about? It's about going out there to get a chip.
Yeah.
No. Before that. Oh, go ahead,
About the
bitch.
NBA or any sport is to become a champion.
A champion, yes.
Right. That's what you're here for.
Yes.
Look at Ewing. Look at Karl Malone.
Yeah.
All those conversations they can't have because they're not champions.
But those guys
That's not
play
true.
years.
They were vered higher. Big Al, please tell him, because you always say it's about the longevity
Ewing
that you
10
put
million in
on a
his second
team.
year.
That you put on a team. He said that if you are with a spot, if you're at a workplace or whatever, they're gonna appreciate you more for being there and sticking it in and cementing your place and your legacy in that place. Now, granted, yes, you do want the chip. 10 million fully paid. You see that's what I'm trying to tell you.
10
What I'm
mil.
saying, you don't know when your next meal ticket is coming. And first off, you get to the league to get paid. It's a job at the end of the day. I'm not going to work without some sort of payment.
Okay.
Now our rank and stuff like that comes second nature. Of course, I want our rank to be as high as possible, but that's a team dynamic. You coming in yourself to get paid.
Let's go back to I just named 3 people: Karl Malone,
Yes.
Patrick Ewing,
Yes. And Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley.
Yes.
If you had that conversation with them right now and say, listen, on your second year, what would be more important to you? That chip. What you think all 3 of them would say?
You're saying right now how they're thinking?
No. On their second year. They're not looking at the money. It's about getting the chip.
10 million on their second year is like them looking at 10 million at their second year. It's like that's like $100 million to them at that time.
Exactly,
That 10 million,
that's what I'm about to say.
10 million to them at that time period. Ewing's second year in the
wasn't
NBA
paid
was
like
like what, 85, 86. You know
That's what I'm
what 10
saying.
million looked like in 1986 to somebody?
Exactly. They would take that. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, because remember, Barkley, he attempted later on in his career to team up. Because like you said, now after we done accumulated that money, all right, I do want to get a chip. He tried. He just wasn't the same. And by that time, the Rockets weren't what they were. Malone tried with the Lakers. They lost in the finals to the Pistons. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that we all know, come on, man. You don't know when your next meal is coming. You wanna lock in the security first. Mm-hmm. Then you'll say, all right, man, listen, we gotta understand, we here. Let's go for it all. Because you have to, sad to say, as we always talk about community and teamwork, but your deal is individual. You gotta lock in your deal and your security first, and then say, all right, team, we gotta go for that chip. But so you still gonna stick with the chip? You still just taking the chip on your second year?
You're not taking the chip.
And your second year in the league, where you don't know what you just got to pay off. First off, for the year, you got to pay off wherever you living at and stuff like that. And don't forget, Mama might want something. You might want the house, and you paying off that mortgage and stuff like that. So what you
get into a sport?
Yeah.
You're not going into the sport for the money.
Now they are.
Yes, no, hold on.
More so. Before
you mean to tell me, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, and them, they didn't.
They want to get paid,
the
bro.
That's what I'm saying.
They want to get paid.
You mean to tell me they didn't go to the
paid.
NBA to do that? Because they could have said, you know what?
Yeah.
I might just become a doctor or a carpenter or whatever, because they still got to get paid. Jordan was stressing to Barkley, it was more important to have lifelong money, not tips, even when it came to the sneaker deals. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get me wrong. Of course, you want the
Think
chip.
about it like this. Which one would you rather do? If you could play basketball, but get paid an average salary, but potentially be a champion, or play in the league where you get you get paid, you make money, but you never but being a champion is not a priority, but you get paid millions of dollars to do so.
You're talking about out later.
It's all about. At the end of the day, it's about the paycheck. It's about the money.
Yes.
So the way I looked at it was, in my second year, we win a chip, like you said. It's only my second year. So now after we win that chip, then my access goes up.
Possibly.
I'm worth more.
Possibly.
I'm worth more now. So I might get $100 million now because I got a chip now.
That didn't happen for
Dog.
Ori, but Ori is good where he's
you gotta
at.
be
He
good.
No, but they said Ori made about $50 million for his career. But what I'm saying is that let's say you the eighth guy on the bench or whatever. Now, if you talking obviously if you're a good rookie and you know, look, let's take that guy from Denver, that kid Brown or whatever. You know what I mean? The Caucasian man. He just won a chip. And he won on 3 levels. He won on high school, college, and in the pro in his first year. We don't know what he's gonna accumulate. He may, when his time comes, he might get a good deal. He might not. You could get Darko Milicic, second draft pick, and he won in his first year.
So you went into the league for the money. Is that what you're telling me?
What I'm saying-
More money, it's a bargain.
No, because that's not a yes or no answer. It has to. You have to provide some context. What
yeah.
I'm saying is, nowadays, more so, even back in the day, the goal was to always get paid. But I do believe nowadays, guys are more good. The bag is more. They chase the bag more than the game itself, and the level of competition has diminished. I think that's prevalent and pervasive in all sports.
Yes,
really. To be honest,
because even
that
Floyd
mindset,
said belts get dirty and stuff like that. He said you want to have something, not even just generation wealth. You want community wealth.
Guys rather go to even stuff like boxing. Guys they'll avoid the one fighter to go fight the other fighter because it's more money. Even though he may not be the most challenging opponent. He may win, but they're going to challenge him because the bag is better.
It's about what you can
he can fight this guy.
Stuff,
that'll be real competition, but there's no money in it. Right. But for us as fans watching that's the fight we want to see. Right. We want to see gladiators go in there and really test each other out. But he's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go get this guy, make this $20 million, and win.
Right. However,
that's how they do it.
I agree with your sentiments because I don't agree with Gilbert Arenas' take when I think they were saying something about the 200, 300 mil or something like that versus like Robert Horry, 50 mil or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. No. I forgot the full context of the debate.
It was something. What did he say?
Robert Horry still gets that respect, and I don't see him on the street with a homeless sign. You know what I'm saying?
No, but he said what? He got 7.
He had 7.
It was something like 7 rings or 100 million.
Or something like that.
But
you got to remember, he still, I think from what they said, he amassed $50 million at least in his career. Granted, he wasn't the top, the creme de la creme, but he going to get that respect. If you ask me, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Some people laugh at me for me saying that.
No, he shouldn't.
Yes,
no, it shouldn't.
Because it's not.
Now, from an individual standpoint, we got to stop doing that, man. We throw too many people in the hole. And Iguodala said that, and I was happy when he said that. He said we got to stop.
Make the Hall of Fame.
And he felt he shouldn't.
He shouldn't. In my personal opinion,
he said we got to stop doing that. We throw too many people in there.
I agree
the Hall of
that.
Fame should be for the top tier. Even if just because you got 7 rings don't mean you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Let me explain something to you.
Individually, he's not a top tier power forward.
Let me explain something to you.
Individually, amongst power forwards, Robert Horry's not even top 10.
Would love to make money.
Robert Horry's top 10.
Let me explain something to you, man. The reason why he sounded funny is because you just talk about context, right?
Yo, Adam.
One of the most important parts of the game.
Wallen.
Careful.
Okay.
One of the most important parts ever in the game is what? The clutch, right?
Right.
And almost in any sport.
I'm not
the clutch. No, when you name clutch.
Wait, I didn't say he was a big shot hit. He wasn't a big game hitter.
He is the face of clutch.
I'm not disputing that.
So he should.
No, I'm not disputing that.
How do you talk about the clutch in NBA
as
and not
an individual talent.
Because he's looking at it. He's looking at statistics.
He's not. No, he was not good individually.
Thanks, Todd.
Is he carrying the team?
Huh?
Can he carry a team?
That's not what we talking
Yes,
about.
that's what Hall of Famers should be for. Stop it. No. Hall of Famers should be for the top guys, man.
Chris Mullin made the Hall of Fame.
I don't agree with that,
All right, I can
bro.
understand why you don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that. How are we doing? That's an insult to dudes like Jordan.
Wait a minute. Dennis Rodman is in the league?
Yeah.
In the Hall?
I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm gonna tell you why I'll give
Ray
you
Allen
that.
should definitely be in the Hall. But he led teams too. He was the leader
I know, but I don't.
He led teams.
Bro, I think it should be for the top tier guys. I'm sorry.
Ray Allen was a top tier when he was in his career. At one point, it was Allen Iverson, it was Kobe Bryant, it was Ray Allen, T-Mac. He was a part of those shooting guards. Oh, I can't believe this. I can't.
Yes.
But it's not even the
T-Mac's top
7
tier.
rings, Ty. It's not even the 7 rings,
He was an individual monster. He was a beast. And he carried the team to the playoffs. They didn't go nowhere. How am I going off?
About clutch. When you
comparing Robert Horry to T-Mac? Is that what you're doing?
And the dictionary.
Oh, you?
And the dictionary.
Individually?
When you see the word clutch, the face of the picture of clutch in the dictionary should be Robert Horry.
Stop. That's not true. We're not going to do all that now. We're not going to do all that now. We're not going to do all that now. We're not. Don't get all extreme. Don't do that. The face of clutch should be Robert Horry. No, you getting dramatic now. You doing too much.
Ray Allen is in. He is Jesus to you. That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
Yo, first off, and what do you mean being extreme with Robert Horry?
He's not the face of clutch, bro. Let's not go. He's great. He's been a great clutch player.
Why you can't make the Hall of Fame?
No, because it'd be for top tier players, bro.
He's top tier in the clutch.
No.
He's top tier of the clutch.
Who else?
Oh,
You give the ball.
Ty wants you. Yo, Big Rich, come on, man. No, he said no. He said that time is over, man. Listen, the point is that, see, y'all get caught up on the statistics a lot with the Hall of Fame. I understand to some degree. I understand that.
I tell you, Robert Horry gets a pass because he got the rings.
Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on a minute. You believe that T-Mac should definitely be in the Hall of Fame, but Ray Allen shouldn't? Ray Allen was a leader of certain teams.
No, he
Reggie
wasn't.
Miller was when he was on the Bucks, he was the guy.
That's not.
He was. I'm
downplaying Sam Cassell and Glenn Rice. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
When he went to the Supersonics.
That's what you're doing.
When he went to the Supersonics,
that was Glenn Robinson that was hitting them. That was in the post, hitting them big baskets in the playoffs
but Ray
like that.
Allen was the lead guy.
He was young. He was young and up and he was young and up and coming.
He was doing damage when he first came in.
He was. It was
when he went to the Supersonics, he was the face. Rashard was learning from Ray Allen.
This ended.
Mr. Big Shot is in. Thank you, Tom.
You got one shot left. You're telling me you would give that one shot to T-Mac over Robert Horry?
Yes.
You're crazy.
I know what his context is. I know. I get what you're saying. I know what.
No, because you know what you're talking about. You talk about Robert Horry catch and shoot.
We understand that, Pop Laverne. Right? See. Honest statistical accomplishments of NBA player. See, I know what you're saying. You're saying if you look at his statistics, he probably averaged about 7 points.
No, look, if you look at Robert Horry's shots,
what he's saying is that even statistically, when you look at regular season,
I'm not giving the ball to Robert Horry.
But that's not what he needs to do, though.
I'm giving it to McGrady.
Oh, that's what
I'm giving the ball to McGrady. I'm not gonna give the ball to Robert Horry on the ISO and tell him score for me and win. You bugging.
The point is,
that's what you're doing right now.
You bugging out.
Let's go play.
That's what I'm saying.
You one-on-one.
Cut it out, Rich. I'm not doing that. You gonna give Robert Horry the ball ISO?
Right now, I'll tell you this. Mac and Ray going at it. Mac had the more of the size and stuff like that, but Ray was a killer, man. For you to say Ray was on the level of a Reggie. He had better handle and stuff like that, bro. Yo, how could you say that Ray Allen doesn't deserve to be in the Hall? My goodness. Bottom line is, that's why I try to tell people, see, when people think of my knowledge to be like a little shaky, for anybody to say that Robert Horry.
Okay, listen. I'm more inclined.
ISO as well.
I'm more inclined to agree with Ray Allen over Robert Horry.
All right, we not.
I'm more inclined to agree that, but
Robert Horry deserves.
Robert Horry has had some phenomenal daggone teammates and been on great teams.
That's a lot of players. See,
No, bro.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. Listen, hold on. Let me say something though.
Miami.
Everybody wants to say, yo, he played
I'm
with
talking about the dude that was the face of the team. The face of the team.
People want to say that he played with 3 of the greatest bigs of all time. Okay, we're not disputing that. But I can say Akeem hasn't won without Robert Horry. I can say that for sure. Tim and Shaq, they have won without Robert Horry. I'll give you that. Shaq has won without Robert Horry.
You're saying the face of the team.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Listen.
That's just like me saying the face of our access radio, me and Al. I mean, that's what we're going to do. That's how we end this conversation.
Come on, man. We got to start. The Hall of what I'm saying is the Hall of Fame should be reserved.
Now your man is reaching.
For the elite of the elite. That's all I'm saying. All
right, we agree there.
When I say elite, I'm talking about the best players, bro.
Was Bob? We ain't because you clearly done lost this one. Was Robert Horry an elite clutch player?
He could catch and shoot in a big basket in a big moment. Yes, he could catch and shoot. Yes.
He was an elite clutch player.
He could hit a big shot, bro. You come on with this elite. He hit a big shot, bro.
Was he an elite clutch player? Regular season, postseason.
No. He could hit big shots. Robert Horry could hit big shots.
Why are you trying to diminish him?
I'm not trying to diminish him, but I'm not. But you guys are not gonna.
Hold on. Let's settle this right, real easy. This is what a Hall of Famer should look like. Somebody who belongs to a franchise, who didn't jump ship because they're looking for a chip.
I can't argue.
Somebody who has stats that are above reproach. Someone who has a community level of engagement that's respectable, and somebody that can still come out and represent the organization without a whole lot of hoopla.
Okay, I walk out the door and I'm gonna say, well then LeBron shouldn't have no ring then.
And I say the same thing. Exactly.
Y'all have a good day.
Rich. Listen, Big Al. Well, Robert Horry, I think he was mainly traded because he was just one of those players that, he was trade assets at certain times. So, like you said, I'm okay with longevity, but within a certain team dynamic. But can you fault somebody if at a certain time where they say, all right, well, we've tried everything, we've exhausted every possible thing, it's time for us to move on to greener pastures. I'm not necessarily talking about LeBron in that circumstance. I'm talking about certain team players that do this. I'll tell you, I was never a big fan of Vince Carter doing it or J.K. I don't like you doing it when you're under contract, personally.
Why nobody answered the question of who is the face of Access Radio?
It's definitely not you, Rich. That's why you leave it.
What did you like that Vince and them did?
Remember, Vince forced his way out of Toronto, supposedly claiming that. Now, listen, I don't. Like I said, I don't know the inner workings of it. Sometimes, they're promised certain things from the organizations and stuff like that because they're there to appease and soothe their egos and their minds and tell them stuff that they want to hear. So I understand sometimes why these players want to force their way out. I'm not the biggest fan of that because I believe if you're under contract, then that's what it says. But if you have the leverage, I can't fault you for doing that. But now, what Big Rich just said and what Al agreed with LeBron about, LeBron left when it was his time, when he was a free agent.
Nah, bro, we're not going to sugarcoat that, dog. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. That was. Come on, stop. I didn't like that.
Hey, I can't agree with you on that.
Because you believe in staying in a certain place for.
Let me give you a perfect example, right? Earl the Pearl Monroe was with the Bullets, right? When his contract term ended, he had an option, right?
Yes.
To resign or go with an organization that was putting up the bread, right? And he was one of the premier guards in the NBA, right?
Yes.
The Knicks met him where he needed to be met, right? Now, everybody who plays the NBA, to play in New York is one of the highlights of your career.
Absolutely.
So I could see if LeBron was coming to New York, then I could say yeah. But for him to go somewhere else, because he know for a fact that he gonna get a chip, nah.
But why are you mad at that?
Why am I mad at that? Because it has nothing to do with the skill set. It has nothing to do with his ability to be part of a franchise. It has nothing to do with him with them building a team around him so that they can grow. Perfect example: Clyde Frazier never left the Knicks.
Right.
Even when they were doing bad or when they were doing good. But he waited the time out because he knew that eventually they would have to build a team around him.
That's very true. But also the dynamics were different. And no disrespect, the tension, the racial tension, different stuff weren't the same at that time. You know, shout out to Bill Russell for sticking with the Celtics at the time that he did, because I heard that he was going through hell. You know what I'm saying? But like in certain times, you know what you built something here. You know you have a house here. You may not want to move. Some players are like that still to this day. But like you said, sometimes now you're getting caught up in the lifestyle. Different times, you know, it's a different era. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, accurate or inaccurate. I'm just saying
no, there is a right or wrong, because either you're here for the sport and what the fans would like to see, or you're here for your own personal gain.
Well, no,
your talent is talent. You know what I mean? Right. But when you got fans supporting you, and then you telling the fans, well, yeah, I'm going to go to another team because we're not moving fast enough in my eyes, and I want to get a chip before I retire. So all that money that was created, right, the franchise is growing. You can't wait till y'all get to a level where it's like, okay, now we can build around you.
That day may never come. And secondly,
but that's not what was happening in Cleveland.
Fans are very casual.
That's not what was happening in Cleveland. Cleveland went from nothing to something.
Yes.
But so he couldn't wait?
But, well, I don't know, because at the time...
No, he couldn't.
Right, no, but at the time, I think he got, what was that, 2007, 2008 Shaq? No, 2009 Shaq, because he left in 2009 going to 2010, right? He got 2009 Shaq. He had Anton Jameson. They were on the tail ends of their career, but like you said, I think they had the best record in the league that year, but it wasn't enough.
But still.
He did 7 years
But
there.
still, a franchise is never built over a 1, 2, or 3 year period.
Thank you, Ty.
Okay? What Ty saying? I don't mind playing
my
because
pop
the
said
team
something
could trade you.
Something else. I don't remember what he said.
All right, we'll go back to that. But
something about Al.
He said, that's an old school brother talking. Absolutely right, Pop. He know me.
Right. I don't mind players leaving because the team could trade you out. But every 4 years, I guess leasing a player is the new wave. Get that money. But that's what I'm saying. And then LeBron was doing. Granted, so I understand when LeBron did it.
Listen,
you're looking at it. Okay, you didn't even necessarily do it all for the money, because he took the lowest amount of money to ingratiate to. But remember, they didn't win that first year, so they still had to get
because of meltdown.
Together. They had to get pieces together. They had to get.
A meltdown.
Tell him, Verge.
A meltdown.
So let me ask
folded.
You this.
Stop.
So
and now let's go back though, because this is where you come with all this. We talk about all this other stuff and all this other nonsense and make excuses. LeBron left a team that won 62 games that year.
Games?
The year before they won 66.
Yeah.
That year they won 62. You do not leave a team. You cannot show me any great in NBA history that jumped ship and left his team after winning 62 games. What you do is, when they lost to Boston in the playoffs in 2010, fine, you lose. Okay, you come back next season, because it wasn't like y'all got blown out.
Right.
You lost in the game 7. So it wasn't like Boston was like some unbeatable, and they were so far superior. But a young LeBron at that age pushed them to a seven games. Come back, get in the gym, work out, get your mind right, come back next year and take them boys out. That's what I
Absolutely.
wanted to see from LeBron, and he could have did it. The same thing with Mike and when he was on the Bulls, getting hammered by the Pistons. He didn't think to jump ship and go play with Bird.
Thank you.
Or try to leverage, try to leverage, make it more favorable for him to win and easier to ride to a championship. Don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Let me read this comment because I don't agree.
I agree.
Ty says if he didn't leave, he would have won nothing, and the leverage would have been gone for Bron. Lakers would have taken a winless Bron. Oh my God!
Nah, that's not true,
Ty,
bro. He would have won if he'd
Ty.
have stayed in Cleveland. That's not true.
Yo,
That's not true.
Gatekeeper, you about to lose your key, man.
Nah, that's not true.
Let me explain something.
Braun was going up at that point. Nah.
Right,
nah.
exactly.
Papa Vern said,
exactly.
yo,
That's his son. Absolutely.
Let me
Stand
explain
on your
something.
ground.
So you're saying stand on your ground. Okay. I can't remember if it was that same year or the year before the year. Was Shaq on that team or did he go to the Celtics by that time? Was Anton Jameson still there? What was the dynamic going on? What was the NOS? Who were the extra players that they were going to get? If he's going to get in the gym and work out and get better on his game, who are the other players that they're bringing in that's going to?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you winning 62 games, at that point it's mental. You already got the talent.
That's not true.
Yes, you do.
So then, all right.
So we were just talking about, what did we just talk about with Milwaukee? We talked about how many games we projected for them to win. What did we say? We said around 55 between 55 and 60 because we said we don't really want to say 60 because that's for the exceptional teams in the league and to get 60 and more. So remember they won 66 one year, then the next year they won 62 again. To win 60 plus games in 2 consecutive years,
that's very rough. That's tough.
Tier.
Yeah,
So what I'm saying
but it
is,
doesn't guarantee you a chip.
listen, but what I'm saying, you have the ability to win the chip. You don't need no more assets. At that point, it's mindset. It's mindset at that point, dog.
So you're saying he didn't have the mindset?
No, and he went the easiest route.
Thank you. No big player was coming to Cleveland.
Nah.
Listen, with the right negotiation, they could have got whatever they wanted.
I was a bro.
Because the money was in Cleveland. Let me tell you, the money was in Cleveland. That city was building. As a matter of fact, now, the reason why they got so much money for that team now is because what was done during that time.
I'm telling you. He had that city in his hand.
Thank
you. Of course. He was an Ohio.
Exactly.
Hold on, no. It goes back to what Gatekeeper said. And you and I both know this, OG. What really happened was he won in Miami twice. Now he went back, and now he's a winner. And now we can get behind you. And then, so now that's built up. So now what you talking about the city now? Yeah, now that they've won with him in 2016, now you can have more.
That money was already there.
Nah, bro. No.
That money was already there. You saw the city.
On, man.
Hold on. His first two successful seasons, you saw the city go from nothing to something. Okay, you had tourists coming. People were coming from all over the world just to see this man play, and all he had to do is stand on his ground and stay for another couple of years. He could probably have 6 chips by now.
Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. Yo,
big play. You talking about tourists and people that want to come and see him play.
But I'm talking about building a team. That's what I'm talking about.
But you need players to
absolutely. But how do you get the players? How do you get the players?
You just said it. They won 66 games. They won 66
absolutely.
games.
So
but they didn't have the players necessary to win. Obviously, they didn't have it.
Wow.
Because
So let me ask you this.
So what is it? So no, I'm not. How you win that many games but don't have it?
Let me ask you this, right? Mm-hmm. You've been training as a boxer, right? Okay, now you got an opportunity to get in the ring and fight Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Right? The first fight you was a little nervous.
Okay.
The next 10 fights with him, you laid him on his ass.
Yes.
Okay. Do you change your team now and go somewhere else?
No.
All right, then that's my point. And see, during that time, once somebody see you beat him the first and second time, they be saying, okay, this guy got potential. The third time, the fourth time, oh, this is the dude. Okay, now the finances coming into meet what your winnings is meeting. Okay.
Right.
Now the next season they got to look at all that money and allocate what they can do to help build that franchise.
Okay.
Right. So again, my point is, if he had just waited for them to look at the financial situation and say, who can we dingle some money in front of? That's a big player that got some gumption. That's a veteran that we can help LeBron get these chips. Then let's do that. But he didn't wait for that. He didn't wait for that, and he should have waited for that. That's what a true and loyal player of a franchise that would like to help build a franchise would do. That's why I'm so upset to the fact that the Knicks let Ewing go. Ewing should have been a part of that franchise and not left.
Oh no! But by that time, Ewing. But that's why they brought him back to retire. And stuff like that.
But that's to appease him. You
No,
should have
of
never
course.
let that man go because he missed that layup, which I'm
No,
mad
no,
at him
no,
too,
no.
because I lost a lot of money because they were supposed to win that game. But still in all, it is what it is. You should have held on to him.
At that time, but they're looking at production too. It's still a business. What I'm saying is that but in your statement, all right, I trained up. Was Mike Tyson a champion at these times?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the only difference is that the only difference. See, Dame going for that chip. The only difference is that LeBron technically didn't win a chip yet. He was building up the team. Yes, they were building up the team together and stuff like that. But he didn't win a chip yet. That's why I said you get true or not, you get viewed differently when you win the ultimate prize.
Absolutely, but see, my point
He was
again.
a top 2 player in the league.
Absolutely, there you go. There you
He
go.
was a top 2 player in the league.
Listen, when you top two, all you got to do is say, okay, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna stay here until I prove to the people that I'm worthy of this position.
And he was
didn't do
already
that.
proving that he was worthy because they was winning games.
But what he fails to realize, it seems that simple. Regular season is different. It's easy to say that, and when you look at him joining forces, but when the Celtics have Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce, he's the top guy, like you said, top 2 player of the but these guys in their respective positions, they're at least top 3, maybe.
No,
top
they're not.
5.
So let me
weren't
ask
top
you this.
three,
No,
top five.
Let me
they were
ask you
past their
this.
prime in 2010,
Yeah,
bro.
but let me ask you this. You mean to
Come
tell
on.
me
But in
that
2007, 2008, when they came, go ahead.
So you mean to tell me that during that time, when LeBron, as a young man in the NBA, is doing his thing, number 2 player in the league, you're going to be telling me that all the other players in the league ain't looking at him and saying, yo, I would love to play with him?
Well, like I said, but
Answer the question.
See, but
but maybe not.
Okay,
in
so
Cleveland.
there's a
That's what we just
possibility.
stated.
So that comes a possibility to build a franchise if he had waited again. You're missing my point.
No, I understand
All he had
your
to
point.
do is
And
wait,
go back to what Ty
and they
said.
would have had a continuous championship season from maybe 5-6 year run, like Chicago did.
It goes back to what Ty said, though. They may not want to. They said it themselves. I'm not going to Cleveland. It's still certain stuff.
We
But
can't-
I'm gonna be honest.
We can't say that.
Well,
but AD,
why didn't they go
but
then?
Al-
If he's the top 2 guy,
Al, I will say
why
this
didn't
though.
they go?
But Al, I will say this. I don't want other top players wanting to come and play with
Right,
LeBron.
that's old school mentality.
From a competitive level,
I'll
I
be
don't
right
want
back. Let me
that.
run
What
the
I
back.
would
I'll be right back.
have liked it, if they want to say LeBron should have had a player, I would have liked him to gotten like another, a secondary all-star. That's all that they needed in Cleveland at that point.
And I agree with you.
To win, like I said, to win 62 games in the NBA, the top teams are doing. The teams that are winning 60 plus, those are teams that are competing for championships.
Right. Exactly.
So they had the team to compete. When they got in the playoffs, it was just a matter of mindset at the time. They lost to Boston in 2010 because of mindset.
Right,
Not
exactly.
because they didn't have the talent.
Exactly. But the reason why I made that statement is because A was talking about that nobody who was worthy was willing to come to Cleveland to play with him.
No.
So he's talking outside his neck.
Yeah, no.
He ain't here, but I'm going to tell the audience, he's talking out the side of his neck.
No. There was no justification for that.
Right.
I could understand somebody leaving a struggling team. They're not making it to the, you're not going to the playoffs, or you're barely making it in, or your injuries. Guys are always injured, not enough there. You talk about a guy that they won 60, 1 year 66, then the next year 62.
Right, exactly.
Well, they had the best record.
Exactly.
In the NBA, the 60 games, the year they won 66, then the second year they had the second best in the league.
Right.
So you can't tell me that they needed more time. I mean, are we kidding? So what, they got to win 70 games every year?
No, it wasn't necessary.
It wasn't necessary. It was there. LeBron just mentally did not have it.
Right, exactly.
That's all it was. He did not have it. And the pressure, he just crumbled under the pressure, and that's why he went to Miami.
Okay, I want to read this comment that your dad dropped. Essence of team, trenches together, build up from ground up. Yesterday we locked in together. Today I'm locked in to get it. Absolutely. That's what a true team is about. And that's what see, hey, this is what you're missing, man. You have your ideologies, and I get it, but bro, when we talk about really building, especially from a sports perspective, you're gonna need some people with some staying power, who's not going to give up and is going to be there for the long haul. And this dude, man, he gave up, man, when they were at the height of their career.
I understand what you're saying, but
see,
he put
imagine
in 7 years.
Imagine Dame leaving Portland while Portland has 1 year has the best record in the NBA, then the second year has the second best record, and he jumped ship. But Dame has left after years of being there, but Dame never had Portland to the level where LeBron had Cleveland.
All right, but he had them in the Western Conference Finals. He had them in the Western Conference Finals. And according to what OG is still saying, hey, you loved Portland so much, you kind of didn't want to leave. Stay with him. Right, OG? You kind of like, granted, he did 11 years. Because what I'm saying is how long is enough? We can't change yesteryear, like Papa Vern said. We can't change. Mike wasn't leaving. Larry and them, they had to build some of those players. Some of those players, I think, were trades and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a different mentality, and they might have actually, linked up with people in the off season and had their runs or whatever. But when the season was there, you're my enemy, and I love you, but we're gonna go at it, and I'm not necessarily looking to go to your team. Or unbeknownst to us, maybe they might have wanted to, but the way the league was, we not giving up our players and stuff like that. Nowadays, no disrespect, you might see a superstar player be traded for 3 pieces and picks, and I'm like, yo, y'all just giving up damn near nothing sometimes or anything to help another team be better. That's all I'm saying. I personally, I'm not I'm okay with you doing it as a free agent. I don't know why LeBron gets so much flack. And I'm not
because it's flack because of the kind of what he left. You didn't leave. It's different if you didn't left a team where you didn't been there, struggling, it's not going anywhere. Bro, you just had the second best record in the NBA. The year before, you had the best record in the NBA. So it's not about talent no more now. You have the talent. Now it's about mindset, coming together, tightening up the cohesiveness of this team and propelling it. Okay. That's what it's about.
But
Michael Jordan would have never left a 62-win team. Kobe Bryant would have never left a 62-win team.
It's never that simple.
Magic would have never done that. Bird would have never done that.
What you're saying has good validity to it, but there's certain elements that you're not putting into play.
What elements?
Let's be real. There on any sports team, there are only certain expendables. You know what I mean? I mean, there are only certain ones that are not expendable. Other players, they be like, listen, you could go. But from your standpoint, is if our chemistry is here and we locked in, voided Chris Paul to LA. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Right. What I'm saying is that there are certain people that, like, when it came to LeBron, I believe he might have been the only player on that team that they're like, we're not getting rid of him. Everybody else, so it still can mess up the chemistry and stuff like that. And that's the stuff. You said that's the stuff that doesn't get to. What? No, I'm saying on these teams that you're talking about, when you're saying like it's about tightening up the core and stuff like that, from a GM standpoint, from a business standpoint, the only core is that one or two, or is that one guy or those two guys.
Bro,
everybody else to them is expendable.
And LeBron said, bro, I need this team for next year. We can win.
That's possible. That's
you
possible.
know that. You
Bird
know they're
Magic
gonna.
couldn't and did want that to be at that times on teams were bigger the LA or Boston. Bird and Magic couldn't and didn't want to at that time on teams were big that were bigger than LA or there weren't any teams bigger than LA or Boston. I think that's what he's trying to say. So that's what I'm saying. The rivalry nowadays was highlighted and was promoted is joining forces and becoming a team like that, as opposed to building from the ground up. And the rivalries more back in the day were what was highlighted, and that's what made the money and the marketing. Now is what makes the money and the marketing is joining forces to create a powerful team.
But when
like
guys
I said,
join forces,
the
they
problem is-
leave teams where there's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? They've been struggling, so now they want to put themselves in advantage.
Kyrie wasn't struggling with Boston, and
Huh?
he left. Kyrie wasn't struggling with Boston,
What do
and
you
he
mean?
left.
Yeah, but it wasn't that he was struggling. They was having issues, though. That's why he left. They didn't leave because of on the court issues. I think they left. I think he left them for more off the court issues and in the office and them having different.
Right, that's what in the office.
But that's not what I'm
LeBron
talking about. I'm
might
talking
have
about
had issues in the office.
No, but what I'm saying is they had no issues on the court. They was contenders. They were the top teams in the East Coast vying for a championship. There was no reason to leave.
From
That
what
doesn't
we,
make
from
any
what
sense.
we believe, no. From what we
No
believe,
great
no.
would do that. None of them would. They're not leaving a 62-win team. They're gonna say, we're gonna figure this out. What? We coming back next year, and we're gonna do this. They're not saying, they're not gonna leave. Oh, Game 7 lose. I'm jumping ship. That's it. What? I'm serious. Only LeBron would do something like that. I was so pissed off. And now at that time, I was diehard Bron. I was like, well, why go to Miami, bro? Just stay here. You almost pushed them to the brink. You took them to a Game 7. The following year, you would have been able to beat them. There's no need to leave. I felt that they didn't need nobody else. All they just needed was that summer, get back in the gym, come together, get their mind right, and they would have beat Boston the following year.
Now I question, where was his confidence?
Yeah.
You can question that, but I don't like to speak for him or whatever. He left 60 wins for chips. Okay, exactly. See, he left. But hold on, here's what I will say. You can question where his confidence was. Maybe it wasn't there. He never won. So
Nobody wins in the beginning. You gotta just play.
what do you mean in the
on.
beginning? He did 7 years, bro. You just asked. He just asked. I question where his confidence might have been. His confidence wasn't there. Wasn't there enough. He believed. I'm guessing that he didn't have all of the resources he needed. You know, he believed going up against the Celtics. Listen, they've got at least one of the top 5 guys in the shooting guard position. They got one of the top 5 guards in the small forward position. They got one of the top 5 guards in the power forward position. It's me, the top guy in the in the small forward position. This is a lot to endure. And what has changed the game? That's when it became you need a big 3. You need at least a duo or something like that. In order to make the defense work and to do certain things. It wasn't as easy as you thought it was, bro.
You making an excuse, dog. Stop with the
I'm telling you
excuses.
I'm telling
You making
what
an
it is.
excuse. You always do that. You're a LeBron apologist. Like you a LeBron apologist.
If you know the NBA, you know the game. You know how
No,
the
it's
game
not about
has
no game,
changed.
bro. Stop. That's
You know how the
go out
game
there,
has changed.
All this teaming up and joining up. That's nonsense, dog. Stop.
No, I'll tell you one thing.
There was
though.
no need to do that.
I'll tell you one thing.
There's no need to do
what
that.
LeBron has done, before we close out, what LeBron has done is he's shown you that it's not as easy as it seems. No, if we got to name names, KD, Kyrie, they tried with Harden coming on. See, everybody think it's that easy. It's not that easy. It takes a specific player like a LeBron to be willing to take the backseat at certain times and be like, oh, okay, you shot. Take the shot. Kyrie, I'm okay with that.
But comparing KD and Kyrie and all of them guys,
I'm comparing the moves that people are trying to make nowadays based upon, because they said LeBron was the first guy to do it, and I'm showing you it's not as simple as you think. It takes a good mingling of the players that you go join forces with. It's not that simple. But what I'm saying is, I'm not mad at him. He did what he thought would be best for his legacy and his career. I'm not mad at that. So
all I'm just saying is when y'all come with just see, this is what I'm saying though. That's fine, and I'll accept that. But when it comes to that GOAT nonsense. This is where it's going to sound ridiculous.
You know what I said about GOAT.
I'm just saying, there's only
one.
one.
There's a GOTE. No, there is no one.
MJ,
there is no one. There is no one.
That's it.
There's a GOTE.
It's Jordan.
There's only one GOAT in the NBA.
Stop that.
That's Bill Russell.
See? That's what I'm trying to say.
Stop it. We're not doing that.
And you know what's crazy, Al?
Hands down.
I try to tell people.
Stop it, Al.
Rest his soul. Old timer around my way.
Stop it, Al.
God rest his soul. He said, he said the greatest basketball player to ever play was Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He explained why. I said, you know what? Because it's all about error.
Nope.
Shut up.
I'm gonna shut both. I'm gonna shut both. I'm gonna shut your argument down.
Or that era. GOTE. No such thing as GOAT. There is no all time. That's a media driven.
No, it's not.
That's a media driven narrative.
Too easy to refute. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. It's too easy to refute, bro.
What are you trying?
It's too easy to refute.
You're trying to refute the 2-3 peats and never lost?
No. See the difference that y'all fail to realize. Bill Russell has the championships, but he doesn't have the stats to back it up.
Why not?
Wait, listen.
No, but that's
right now.
Okay,
Google him right now.
Huh?
Look at his stats. Google him right now.
I'm not his stats are not that impressive. They're not.
Oh my God!
But you playing in the league.
But listen to my point.
Bro, I got a lot of respect for you, but you're not gonna do that.
Nah, but I'm listening to my point. I'm trying to make a point. Listen, if you look at Bill Russell, he has
crazy scorer.
Doesn't have stats. If you look at Wilt got insane stats, but didn't win championships like that. Jordan is the only one that has a high combination of insane stats and winning championships. That's the difference.
Kareem?
No, Kareem's individual numbers does not match up to Mike's, bro.
No, I said he has a significant amount.
Kareem is cumulative. I'm talking about per game stats. It don't match. Per game stats, and Mike was winning championships those years.
Maybe nobody is going to match up to Mike. Mike was more the complete scorer.
And not just that, on the defensive level as well, bro. We're going to talk about the 10 scoring titles and being 19 first team all defense. Nobody's done that. Your first team all defense and leading the NBA in scoring, that's dominating on both ends of the court, and you're winning championships? And you're getting league MVPs?
That doesn't make you the greatest of all time.
Bro, you can't name another player that's doing that. That did that, though. That's what I'm saying. A combination of winning championships and stats.
He has a great point. He has a great point that he can argue. Regardless of what, whether you're talking about stats or not,
stats and championships together, simultaneously.
But you also got to talk about the tension and the error and the stuff that you played in. All of the stuff that you going up against. Why are you on the court? Regardless, if you say, it's not an off the court thing. He's on the court. He's on the court dealing with racial tension and all this other stuff. There's mad different stuff that you enduring at that time, and you still winning.
I said statistically, but talk about his statistical stats, though, bro. Why are you bringing that up? That's a straw man argument, and you know it.
No,
don't do that. Don't do that. And I would never dismiss racism and the stuff that they were going through. But don't bring that up. I'm talking about him individual statistically.
I'm talking about stuff like that plays into a person. You talk about psyche, and you talk about
stuff like how come it didn't play a part for Wilt then? Wilt was a monster statistically.
First off, he was playing in LA, number one.
Okay, but still. Stop. Racism wasn't crazy in LA in the 60s? Are you kidding me?
The tension wasn't anywhere near what it was in Boston. The tension,
racism was prevalent in the 60s everywhere.
No,
especially in LA too. Yes, it was.
In New York, the racism was. If you're gonna make comparisons, it was as bad.
Bro, it was hard for a black man in the 60s in America any daggone where. Period. So you using that as trying to use that as an excuse for Bill Russell don't make sense.
I said why some players. I mean, why some fans and stuff like that may view it different in different eras because of what you had to endure, the different things that you were battling, as opposed to like now they may look at. You don't have to worry about any of that.
True, but
All
I
you
would
have to
say
do is sit there
Wilt
and
was
play.
dealing with, and still was balling out statistically. So that would be my response to that. Would be my rebuttal to that.
Wilt-
So let's do
Wilt
this.
Was a specimen.
I just Googled the greatest NBA players, right, in the history of NBA, right? And not in no specific order. This is what they came up with, right? So we're gonna go down the line. They got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Nate Archibald, Paul Arizin, Charles Barkley, Rick Barry, Elgin Baylor, Dave Bing. Oh, Dave Bing was a beast. Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Bob Cousy, Dave Cowens, Billy Cunningham, Dave the Butcher, Clyde Drexler, Julius Erving, Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, George Gervin, Hal Greer, John Havlicek, Elvin Hayes, Magic Johnson, Sam Jones, Michael Jordan, Jerry Lucas, Karl Malone, Moses Malone, Pete Maravich, Kevin McHale, George Mikan, Earl Monroe, Olajuwon, Shaq, Robert Parrish, Bob Pettit, Scottie Pippen, Willis Reed, Oscar Robertson, David Robinson, Bill Russell, Dolph Shays, Bill Sharman, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Nate Thurman, Wes Unseld, Bill Walton, Jerry West, Lenny Wilkins, and James Worthy. Those are the top. Those are the end-all, be-all.
Right.
That's
I
statistics
would
and
agree with
everything.
that.
Okay?
Right.
I would
Yes.
agree with that, definitely.
So when we discuss the NBA,
Right.
and those individuals, if you look at their history, who they played for, they were all franchise players except for LeBron, who didn't make the cut.
Oh, wow.
No.
He's right. He didn't-
Again,
Oh, he said we're talking about
LeBron
all
did
time.
not
That was
make the cut.
That was the 50. Remember that?
No,
when they
it's
did the
from
new
1950.
75? Right, but that was the
to
50 greatest,
current.
right? Remember when they did the 75? They added in the
added
other.
in
The
more
other.
people.
Braun is in there.
But still, he didn't. He's not in the top 50.
Well, no. What I'm saying,
He's not
Even
in the
if
top
they
50.
did have a top 50 list, Braun would have to be.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember when they did
had
the
a top
50?
50
It was
all
like
time.
96, 97. That's what I'm saying. That's what you're still.
That top 50 is based off of what they did in 96.
Then they did it in the 75 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
They added the 25 more, and LeBron and other players were in there. So like you said, like he said, if you had to actually do a 50 all over again, Braun would. Come on, man. When it's all said and done, he's gonna be top.
I'm just going to say this. Your man's a bum. I don't trust him.
But listen, I
He's
don't
not-
understand
trust
why.
him.
He's not a
but-
bum.
right, he's not
He's
a bum,
top
but I-
50.
He's a bum. You know why he's a bum?
I understand why you
Because
have
he
that
likes to
argument.
run.
Listen,
Come on, you used to hang out in the neighborhood, and there's always one dude who always want to run to the next crew so he could be protected, right? That's LeBron to me.
But all right,
Dudes like that is usually chumps,
all right,
right?
but hold on though. See, you got it, but put it in proper context with your argument. Let's say the dude is running to the next place for protection, but he also the lead man though. He's the front man though at doing this. So maybe he putting in work too. He just feel like his squad ain't.
Don't even do
maybe
that.
he feel like his squad
Don't
isn't
even
up to
do
par.
that. All the
When
dudes I
LeBron
grew
went
up
places,
with,
he was the guy.
all the dudes I
Right?
grew up that ran from crew to crew, they were always the soft man. They were never a leader. Never.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Your argument
They were
doesn't
always
sit well with this.
they were always a
'Cause LeBron
gopher.
is the lead guy.
They were always a gopher. Okay, you're gonna be the intern today. Okay. No, I'm just messing with you.
Nah, I know.
But
Yeah, no, of course, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
but in all honesty, though, that's the difference. That's what I'm trying to say. What separates Mike from Bill Russell? Because Bill, like I said, Bill Russell got the championship. You don't got the stats to match. Walt got the stats, don't got the championships to match.
True indeed.
Jordan has the stats and the championships to match.
fair enough.
That's what separates him.
I still don't. You know me. I don't go by it. But while we closing out, what I will say though to make this transition is when we talk about greats and greatness, one of the greatest going down in history is Drake. I ain't really listened to the album. I heard a few songs. That song with J. Cole is fire.
Yeah.
But no disrespect with Drake, I don't really listen to like all of his albums and be like, yo, this album was fire, whatever. But he got some songs where I could always be like, this song I could listen to forever and stuff like that. So but you know, recently, you know, his ongoing feud with one of my favorite rappers of all time, Joe Budden. Yeah, you know what I mean? Joe Budden is going to give his take on what he believes, and Drake should just chill when that time comes. I get it, he defending himself, but come on.
Why
man.
Joe Budden talking stuff though?
He said that he gave his take. It's like how we gave our
Just
take. How you
leave him
said you just talked yourself about Robert Ory and these players and LeBron and stuff like that. He listened to the album and he said that, listen, man, you need to chill with talk. Like you need to change up your album. But we all know that's not what Drake is. Drake is a
Yeah, but how can you tell somebody to change
megastar.
something that they're successful with?
Right, exactly. He's saying because he believes that the body of work is dipping. That's why.
How? The man is about to. He's almost about to pass Michael Jackson on a billboard or something like that.
Work. You gotta remember. See, you're not really a Joe Budden fan like that. I'm a Joe Budden stan. So what I'm telling you, he's more of a guy has themed albums, so everything coincides well. That's why I said with Drake, you're not gonna get that. He's a pop star. He's a megastar. He has to give you like broad albums where it's so diversified, where it touches so many different people. You have to get into many different pockets. But realistically, Drake looked up to Joey. That's why he probably hurt. Drake, don't give that face. Drake looked up to Joey, and Joey destroyed him too many times on wax. So
whose net worth would you
no,
rather have?
See. So now, see how he switched. When they come to a different sport, you see how I go that? No, I want the notoriety. I want the respect from my peers. Don't get me wrong. Of course, the money is nice. But let's be real though. Like my boy always said, in music, that's a more subjective thing. It can't be. It's not going to be objectified as much.
I'm just messing with
no,
you.
I know, but you know what I mean. All love and respect to Drake. Joey is always my guy. He just, you know, he loved Drake. He just wanted to.
He's funny. Joe Budden, he's hilarious.
Right,
that podcast is hilarious.
Absolutely.
So according to the stats, right? Drake has a total of 170 million records sold worldwide. Okay, which is a big number for somebody to start out during this time and era to sell that many units.
Yes.
Okay, if you look at the stats for most big selling artists, okay, nobody's reaching those levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you asked me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you said, he's right there away from Mike or whatever.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day,
passed Mike on the bill. Something
to me, Michael Jackson is, and it might be biased from, you know, when you have a reverence of when you're growing up looking at somebody, whatever. Yeah. But Mike, like, they had lookalikes for Mike. Not that they may not have for Drake, so they, like, Mike's impact, like, from Jackson 5 to, yeah. Like,
it was
that's why I try to tell people, that's when you will make your mark. When you do things worldly. That's why Tupac, you know what I mean? And you know about that situation with Keefe D and Tupac. But Tupac, when you make worldly music, that's universal. That's when you are gonna be held like all time, like 50 years, 100 years go by, 1,000 years might go by, and he will always be remembered because what he talked about and what he did, like, surpasses time. You understand what I'm saying? Like I tell people, Dear Mama, even though he's talking about the types of transgressions that his mama went through, every mama may not have done that, but the fact that it's a Dear Mama type, it's a Dear Mama, it's a letter to mama, everybody pretty much can resonate with that, can relate to that. You know what I mean? Even though Keep Your Head Up was kind of like, you know, more of our community, it still was talking to women. You understand what I'm saying? And they can resonate with that. Any woman can resonate with that. Brenda's Got a Baby, even though it was kind of more of our community, but the fact that a child being dispersive in the garbage, stuff like that, it hits everybody's core for the most part. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have that universal impact, it's just, when you're worldly, it's just a different, like, you've hit somewhere that no one else can. Like, so
So for the record, the top selling artists in the world are the Beatles with over 600 million sold. Elvis Presley is in second. How long he been dead? Since 1977?
Yeah.
Over 500 million. Then Michael Jackson is third. Then Elton John, Queen, Madonna, Led Zeppelin, Rihanna. Hold up. Rihanna is in the top 200 million sales.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that crazy or what?
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
No disrespect. Like,
That's crazy.
That's crazy. She's higher than Beyonce?
But to me,
Absolutely.
but to me, on that list,
You know who else is higher than Beyonce?
Taylor
Eminem.
Swift. Yeah, Eminem. Yeah.
220. No, it says 330.25 million records sold.
You want to know why?
Worldwide.
Wow.
Yes.
You want to know why? Because
Above Mariah Carey.
Eminem was able to hit different.
So it's
different
the one
cultures.
is
But he's a rapper.
Right, but no disrespect.
But I'm gonna be honest
He
though.
was
See,
a Caucasian rapper.
exactly.
That was able,
Majority.
I'm not trying to.
No.
I'm saying he was able to hit different pockets.
No,
And when we looked
not
at
that.
him, we were like, "Yo, damn, he's nice."
No.
So we caught on. Beyonce, she's a pop.
The
person,
difference with
but-
Eminem, the majority majority of consumers of Eminem's music are white teenage males.
Right.
Young white males.
But when we
most
when
black,
we were coming up,
most black,
believe it or not, we got along on the train. We did.
bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Around his
I
first
might have listened
2-3
to a
albums.
freestyle. I ain't never drove through any hood and heard anybody bumping in Eminem. Have you? Be honest.
In my hood, at the time of
You
the
always
first
got
and
to be
second
the
album,
exception.
I'm telling you.
You always the anomaly.
There were a few of
Yo.
us saying, "Cause I'm just Marshall Mathers." When he had that, when he had that song. Also, when he had that song "Dead Wrong" with Big, people. When he
Yes,
had that song,
that's
when he had the song with Dre, like people were, come on, bro.
That's why, bro. They're
Come on.
here and there.
No, listen,
There's no, you ain't
people
bumping
bought
no
his
windows.
albums.
No, we didn't.
I
never
bought his first album. I ain't gonna lie.
I never bought an Eminem album, bro. I just listened. I never bought an Eminem album, bro.
Listen,
majority the consumers of Eminem are young white males.
But here's what I'll say on that list. Even where the Beatles are, I could be wrong. Nobody has had the impact, in my opinion, than Michael Jackson. Cause like,
So it's the Beatles, Elvis, then Michael Jackson.
No. The Beatles. See, you talking about in the
they
United
worldwide.
States,
Right,
and I
right,
get
all right,
that.
I'm about to say,
We
yeah,
grew
you're
up with
right,
the Jackson
worldwide,
5.
yeah,
But when
all
we
right.
talk about the impact around the global world,
Probably, yeah,
the
yeah.
Beatles made such a dent, man. You couldn't do nothing
I
else.
agree with that. But so
Paul McCartney and Wings, which is his Offspring group,
right?
they do about 100 million in concert sales every year, and this dude got to be 85 years old now.
Got you. That's numbers of selling, so that does play a part to impact. But would you say, all right? So from your standpoint, even with the record sold with Elvis Presley, would you say that he's more impactful than Michael Jackson? If you could put your bias to the side, like you said, growing up, who watched the Jackson 5 and stuff like that, could you say that he's more? Do you believe that he's more impactful than Michael Jackson?
Oh,
Like you said, I wasn't
absolutely.
there. Yeah, okay. See,
Absolutely.
I wasn't around at the time, so I
The
can't.
reason why Nashville is so big
Of
is
course.
because of Elvis. What Elvis did for that
Right, we're
that
not
genre.
disputing that, but I'm saying because sometimes you can have the record sales, like you said, you can have the record sale, but that doesn't. A lot of that. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's necessarily fudge, but all right. So was Rihanna more impactful than Tina Turner?
Well, I wouldn't say
understand
more
what I'm saying?
impactful, but the way they marketed and promoted her,
That's what
like
I'm
she's
trying
a
to
billionaire
say.
now.
That's
Her
what I'm trying
money's
to say.
different.
And no disrespect to
I think
Rihanna.
I think Michael
she makes good
Jackson,
music.
though.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna look at like you said, I wasn't born
I
at the
think
time
Michael
of Elvis
Jackson
Presley,
was
so
more
I don't want to make it
though,
seem like
than all of them as far as his business savvy.
acumen. Yeah,
Because
right.
he owned all of the Beatles.
And somebody
he owned Elvis Presley. He owned the Beatles and half of Sony. If they sold half of Sony, he would get $60 billion at that time before he died in 2009.
And somebody told me in 1984, one of those years, I think for every Pepsi sale, he had a certain
His
amount
business savvy
of
was-
cents
was
that
on
he would
another
make
level.
off of every Pepsi can sold or something like
Yeah,
that.
his business.
Like,
Yeah,
his
he
business savvy was on
he
another
knew
level.
how
wow.
to do endorsements deals for real.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't no penny on a dollar.
No.
It was like, if the soda sold for $10, he's getting half of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael was brilliant on that.
Yeah.
one. Like,
Yeah.
but when I seen that deal that he had with Sony, I was like, if Sony sold the whole Sony empire, he would get $60 billion.
Yeah, that's because of publishing. That's why
Yeah.
publishing is so great.
very
He
important.
owned major publishing. Like you said, the
Yeah.
Beatles and Elvis. When you buy those catalogs, listen, man, you don't have to do nothing else.
And it was funny how he did it. He was talking to Paul McCartney. And
Yeah,
Paul
I
McCartney
heard,
was talking,
yeah.
and Paul McCartney was like, said something
Like 60
funny. Like it's
60
like
million or
yeah,
something like that.
something crazy. Like
And
you know,
he went
he
and
was
bought it
like,
for
oh
64.
really? Yeah, and he just went and bought it the next day.
Yep. That
Like-
you know what I mean? Like
Michael
now
was-
what they saying about how Diddy is giving Brother Love is giving back, you know.
Oh my God.
People that
please.
they're publishing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but when you listen to those artists that talk about that, they saying that the records and publishing that he's giving back,
it's
it's
too- it's been sold,
records
yeah,
that's
you don't
never
already made
sold.
money off of
Yeah,
it
the ones
already,
that the
so.
money was made on, he's not giving those, or that he's continuing to make money off of. Those he don't give. He only gave them the ones.
because that's what you call generational wealth.
Yeah.
I think
No,
he
but
had
it's just
stuff
what
put
they
in
were
his
saying.
son's
What he,
name
the
and stuff
picture
like
that he's trying to portray, the narrative he's
course.
trying to paint, like he's give. They was like, don't believe it. That's not what he's doing.
But would you be mad at him?
I mean, yeah, give it back to artists. I mean, let them eat off some of that.
No, I agree to some degree, but from what they said, supposedly there were times I think Diddy was like, "Yo, you can sign me publishing," and like you said, of course you kind of taking it because they don't fully know the ins and outs. But
This is why you
From
got to be
his
smart.
argument-
This is exactly why Tory Lanez is in prison, man.
thank you, Miss Unique. Thanks, sis.
Says appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mom.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, we're about to close out. Thanks. Gatekeeper,
Appreciate
thanks,
that, brother.
man.
Thank you, guys.
We're just trying to get better. Yes. Thanks a lot, Pops. You know what I mean?
All right, man.
We'll be closing out. You could always find us on IG, Facebook. Can you just put us on
Yeah, I
the
got
screen
you. Give
real
me a
quick?
second.
Thanks a lot. No problem, Al. Anything you want to say to the people before we close out, man?
Man, people just stay aware, pay attention, man. Just stay aware, just pay attention. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Critical thinking. Don't react prematurely. Just pay attention and really assess, man.
Yes.
This is the age where we got to really just pay attention and really assess things clearly.
And see,
Because there's a lot going on. It's a
I'm
lot,
telling
man.
you,
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
seek growth, advisement, discernment from the group. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, hey, not to cut you off, man. I
Uh-huh.
just want to make one statement, one disclosure before you guys close out.
Yes, sir.
Going forward, starting today, LeBron James' name is no longer allowed to be mentioned at our Access Radio.
That's the one and only Big Al, man.
man.
Yes, man. But listen, group, seek advisement within the group, as Big Vern always says, as Big Al always say, that we're nothing without our people. I know it's hard, trying times at times, hard to get along, but always seek advisement from the group, and utilize that discernment. And a lot of times, just pay attention, keep your head on a swivel, and you can learn things just by visualizing it, seeing it. Don't be afraid to follow and ask questions. That's what's going to help you lead by example, man. And we just trying to get better, man, as a whole. And like you said, if y'all can, start investing within each other as a group. If someone has the knowledge to build a foundation or something like that, even if your level is just donating the money to be a part of this or whatever, and it'll be lucrative on the back end for you. That's what y'all can start doing, because it's important. We gotta stop just living paycheck to paycheck and come in as a whole and be able to create something for the community. And that's how you create the community wealth. The generational wealth is great, but sometimes that could be just that family line. Sometimes you need that community, like how we did it back in the day. So, if you could put your money together as a community and then create your community, have your stores and your other stuff that you need, that's what's important. But we need the people with the proper information and the proper tools to do so, to be able to do it. There's going to be some people that know the business, the ins and outs, what you need to do to get started, the paperwork, everything that it takes. So just be willing to invest in the community, but it also takes trust. That's the most important part of it all. But thanks for tuning in, man. New World Overviews.
Appreciate y'all, man.
We thank y'all very much. Be sure to follow us, and we back at it in 2 weeks. We'll say today is the 14th. We here October 28th, man. 12 o'clock. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Always. Peace and love, my good people.
Yes, sir.
Wait, sorry about that.